Hey, welcome to Bimbo. Thanks to all of you guys who watched our last Siege speculation video, and we are glad we had such an accurate prediction. Today we're going to talk about the Far Harbor DLC for Fallout 4, and we're going to go in-depth on some of the things we'll likely see in the next DLC for Fallout. Let's start out by talking about the textures that were leaked a while ago. These show several squid textures that we're likely going to see in the Far Harbor DLC, and if the harpoon gun tells us anything, then we might have several underwater enemies to fight in the next DLC. What interests me more than underwater enemies is underwater loot. We could very well expect to see several side quests that involve pillaging sunken ships, submarines, or even underwater caves. There is also a 3D model of the new ghoul Yaogwai that was leaked a while ago. We know that Far Harbor is supposed to be set on an island with abnormally high levels of radiation somewhere along the lines of the glowing sea. This makes me wonder if we're going to see more ghoulified enemies like Deathclaws, Mirelurks, or Bloodbugs. What concerns me about this, though, is the fact that Yaogwais are already rabid enemies, and I'm not sure how the new ghoul Yaogwais will behave differently. Now let's talk about the location. I'm going to start off by reading the description Bethesda gave us for the Far Harbor DLC, and I quote, "A new case from the Valentine's Detective Agency leads you on a search for a young woman and a secret colony of synths. Travel off the coast of Maine to the mysterious island of Far Harbor, where higher levels of radiation have created a more feral world. Navigate through the growing conflict between the synths, the children of Adam, and the local townspeople. Will you work towards bringing peace to Far Harbor, and at what cost? Far Harbor features the largest landmass for an add-on that we've ever created, filled with new faction quests, settlements, lethal creatures, and dungeons. Become more powerful with new higher-level armor and weapons. The choices are all yours." I'm really happy to hear that we'll finally see more of the Children of Adam. They were introduced in Fallout 3, and they made their way into Fallout 4, but were never given an in-depth story. Hopefully they'll be given their own story and questline in the DLC. Next is the size of this DLC. The biggest DLC Bethesda has ever done was the Shivering Isles for the Elder Scrolls 4. The next biggest, and probably the most comparable DLC, is the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim. Saying that this DLC is bigger than the Shivering Isles or Dragonborn is a bold statement. Without a doubt, we're going to see almost an entirely new game with Far Harbor. I'm guessing that since the DLC is set on a coastal town in the northern United States, and the size is going to be massive, we're going to see a point lookout-ish setting that is probably going to be roughly half the size of the initial Fallout 4 map. Since this DLC is so big, and we know Bethesda has toyed with the idea of underwater combat, and the island has a huge amount of rads, I think we might just see an underwater vault reminiscent of Bioshock's Rapture. Far Harbor, in fact, is a real place based on Bar Harbor, which is located on Desert Island in Maine. It is the second largest island in New England, right behind Long Island, New York. It is also home to Acadia National Park. Not many people live there, as its population is roughly 10,000 year-round. We're probably going to get to Far Harbor by boat, since the artwork clearly shows Dogmeat and the sole survivor, aka Blue according to Piper, are seen on it. Also, Dogmeat being on the boat, and the fact that settlements are going to be incorporated, means we're almost indefinitely going to be able to bring companions with us, which would be the first time we'd be able to do that in a Fallout game, other than EDE in the Fallout New Vegas Lonesome Road add-on. Anyways, the distance from Boston to Desert Island is roughly 240 miles or 380 kilometers on water, so there's definitely a large distance we'll have to cover. And it'll be interesting to see what character gives us a ride to get there. And hopefully, he won't cut out a piece of our brain. Tobar the fairy guy. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, leave a like. Click to the right if you want to see some Siege gameplay, and click to the left if you want to see our latest Siege speculation video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere